This was the story that, of the early NIL. Here's what's wrong with NIL. The name of Jaden Rashada was the poster child for this. Jaden Rashada, who originally had committed to Miami, then got a better offer to go to Florida.
Yep.
Took the offer, and then they pulled the tablecloth out from underneath the table, and all the dishes broke, and the deal went up, and he didn't get any of his money, and he got left in the lurch.
Yep.
Ended up having to go to Arizona State. Well, now he is transferred to Georgia. Rashada is suing. He is suing. And listen to all the people that are being sued.
Okay.
He is suing Billy Napier, the head coach of the Gators.
That ain't good.
He is suing the director of NIL and player engagement, Marcus Castro Walker. You remember Marcus from such hits as that guy on the sidelines in the sunglasses who was always keeping Scott Frost from going onto the field.
People always thought he was very handsome.
And he is suing well-known Florida booster Hugh Hathcock.
Well known, John?
He's well-known in Florida.
He's well-known now.
But those are the parties.
He should have taken up a different job.
Those are the parties he is suing because this was supposed to be, according to Rashada, a 4-year, $13.85 million contract. That's what he was going to get in NIL, he claims. 4 years, almost $14 million. He ended up getting nothing.
Yeah.
He was supposed to get $1 million signing bonus.
Yeah.
The minute he signed the NIL, and that never came. And this case is now going to court.
Harden is his lawyer, right? Oh, can I have a quote from just Control F Hardin? I believe that is his lawyer.
Yes.
Yeah, that Rusty. Come on, folks.
No.
What's up with all these names?
Wait, what?
Rusty Harden. What are we doing? This whole day. Can't we just have one normal name in this whole day?
So Rusty Harden is on the opposite side from Hugh Hathcock.
John, you pretty much nailed it. He is his attorney.
That's what Rusty
well-known Houston area attorney Rusty Harden. Well, anyway, Mr.
Harden v. Hathcock
said the collective never had the money, and yet they were making all these promises to the kid. You dangle life-changing promises, or you dangle life-changing, generational-changing money in front of a 19-year-old kid who grew up without it. You can't expect that young person to not be affected by it. The bargaining power is totally unequal here. By the way, my favorite part of the story, beyond the names, was from and CBS Sports had all the deets. I'm going to read from their story. Rashada informed Georgia coach Kirby Smart of his intention to file the lawsuit, according to sources, and Smart gave his blessing. Yeah, I bet he did. Yeah, sue the Florida Gators.
So, yes, you now have an active lawsuit of a current SEC quarterback suing another SEC head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That's a first. Is this a first?
Has to be.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a first.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
So this will be one worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for the names.
Well, yes. I didn't even realize that the attorney's name was Rusty Harden.
It was a happy accident.
Wow. Yeah.
But poor Hugh, man.
Poor Hugh? I would say rich Hugh. He should have been making promises, John. Always keep your promises if you want to keep your friends. Turbo Man once said that.
Well, apparently,
a Lannister always pays his debts.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently a Hathcock doesn't.
Oh, no. Definitely don't.
Lannisters might pay their debts, but Hathcock does not.
It's Hath, by the way, not half. Hath.
H-A-T-H. That's what I said.
Yes. No, I know. But Wade said Hathcock is dangling. No, it's Hathcock.
Hathcock.
Yeah. Adam texts in, I would love to know if this former player can produce an actual NIL contract backing up their claims. You would figure so if you're going to sue, right? To this degree?
Yeah, you would think.
You would assume that you'd have some papers.
See, the worry is also he was a kid. And kids aren't always smart with keeping things around, like paperwork.
Oh, I don't know. I bet that they have, because I mean, they would have like emailed it or something. There has to be a paper trail. You'd figure at least.
Well, an email link, say, hey, here's what we're going to do for you.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, in the state of Florida, verbal contracts are binding.
Oh,
So he doesn't even, in theory, he
Doesn't need a contract per se, but you would still need some proof that it exists.
believe-
whether it's in testimony or, if there's an email saying, hey, this is what we'd be willing to do for you.
It's hard to
Or
even
text.
go back to the beginning of his recruitment in terms of like search engines because he was a pretty well-known, like big name in all of this going all the way back. And there was like reporting on him and some of these numbers were being floated around. So I imagine if reporters were getting access to those numbers, that you would figure that there is a paper trail somewhere. You would figure.
Yeah, you would.